What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Mika's Room. I am Mika. I am your host. It is my channel after all. Haha. Anyway, so this, as you can see, we're at the lodge, and I'm really upset because, all right, I used to have a base PS4, and that's what I was doing a lot of my videos off of, and I totally forgot. I had updated my cloud save at one point, but then I got up to like level 30 something, almost level 40 something, had this whole lodge looking nice, had a whole bunch of stuff unlocked, and now look at me. 27. Level 27. And yeah, you can only imagine how this lodge is looking right now. I'm very upset. So that last uh, lodge walkthrough video, that is like just a memory at this point. It's not. It doesn't even exist. It's so sad. I'm so disappointed. But anyway, this is what the lodge looks right now. The lodge looks like right now, I should say. It's disappointing, but in some ways, this is kind of okay. Because it's kind of a fresh slate. It's a fresh new start. And I've got some stuff. The elk from that video the other day and the albino bison are down there. I've done some hunting, but the truth be told, I got a PS4 Pro, and when I realized that I didn't upload my memory to the cloud right before I got rid of my base model PS4, I was very sad, and very upset. And then I got on and I realized that the lodge and all that shit was gone. And yeah, so I was depressed for a while about playing Call of the Wild, so I just didn't. But you know what? I'm back. We're gonna do some hunting a lot more, as you can tell from the past couple videos that I've uploaded. I kind of got back into it, and I was just kind of testing the waters. I just kind of wanted to see what that muzzleloader was like, and that 10 gauge was like. I have not, and believe it or not, I have not. I've been saving it for a video. I have not actually got, or I have bought the M1 Grand, but I have not used it yet. So, but I've kind of started some stuff, you know. Let's see what this is. I've been trying to go for mainly golds, but you'll see in this video, I have a few trophies in here, a couple that are not gold yet, and one of them I just totally messed up the shot on. Is a nice roe deer, but his rack just looked so nice that I just had to keep it anyway. So European hare, she's nice. I shot her with the bow on Quattro Colinas. I actually hunted a little bit this morning on Quattro Colinas and was trying to make sure that my stuff was recording, but it was not. And of course it was not, and I lost footage. I shot her at like 50 yards with a bow with small game tracer arrow. And then I got an 80-yard shot on a roe doe, a roe deer doe, at like 80 yards. And there just happened to be no wind, and that was the only way I was able to make that shot, is because just right here on the one hillside where I was at, there was just no wind, and it was just perfect. Decent mallard, decent size. I like him. Kind of want him to sit like that. There we go. That's nice. I think this is just, yeah, this ain't even gold. These small ones I just kind of do for filler, although I'm trying to actually get a decent trophy size. Um, this one I think I just saved for the fur type, really, because of being the light brown. I do like the different fur variations of the rabbits. They're nice. And I think this was, yeah. So this one's 15.8. This one I think was 18. Yeah, 18.2. This one was a really nice one. I think it was a level 3, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure. I'm not. Don't hold me to that. I'm not sure. I think they go up to like level 3, and that's where the cutoff is. But you know what? I actually have screenshots on my phone of the. the charts for the animals and stuff like that. What is a... Okay. So minimum score for mallard gold is 15.5. Minimum score on a diamond is 19.6. So yeah, he was like level 3, if I'm not mistaken. And so 19.6 and he's 8.2. Wasn't too far off. I shot him with the 10 gauge with the bird shot. That was really nice. I'm sorry, I was just looking at the chart there, and he just barely got over got over gold, because minimum gold score is 15.5. He's 15.8. So I'm trying to, with this clean slate, at least upsize on some of the animals, you know. Really, really nice caribou. I liked him. Um, yeah, had something on my phone, a little piece of hair or something. All right, trophy rating 396.6. Caribou are in level 6. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, he was close. Minimum scoring diamond on a caribou is 400.4. So he's 396.6. He was very big. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he was a level 5. Because minimum gold is 286.4. I think I have another one in here that's minimum gold, actually. Like, I think he's a gold. He's right here. This might, yeah. No, 311. Okay. Yeah, he is a gold. He's a decent gold. But I think that's why I didn't full body mount him. Because this guy, and you know what? I always seem to run into really big caribou out on the Yukon. It's really nice. I really love these guys. They're freaking huge. So, almost a diamond. I got skunked on that one. Really nice mouflon. Level 4 creature. Minimum diamond score is 172.2. And he's 151.5. So he's a pretty big diamond. This one's just a little bit bigger. I think both of these were big level 4s. Might have been level 5s. I'm not sure what point rating they are at level 5. We're gonna have to actually look at that and pay attention, I guess, in the future. This is that elk that I shot in the muzzleloader video, the second muzzleloader video, not the first one. I have that trophy saved, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was pretty short. No, saved harvest, saved harvest, saved harvest. Yeah, that was the one that I shot, if I'm not mistaken, in the first elk video that I had just, released. Because I released 2 of them back to back. And I'm pretty sure that one got saved. But the second guy, I actually did mount him. 328.9 is the score. Let's see. Where are elk? They are a level 8 creature. Minimum diamond score is 375.2. Minimum gold score is 250.1. So he was well past minimum gold, and he's big. I'll have to. I think he was level 4. Yeah, level 4 when I shot him. This is that one roe deer that I had just messed up. Trophy rating was pretty good though. Let's see. Roe deer are a level 3 species. Minimum diamond score for roe deer is 86.7. Minimum gold is 57.8, and he was 67.3. I messed the shot up. Didn't get a good shot. So yeah, but I like the rack. I love those. They're so beautiful. They're great. I love them. All right, big mouflon. Big boy. Big boy. He's a big boy. Alright, minimum diamond scoring being 172.2, 155.1. He was bigger than the other two. That's why I full body mounted him. If I do um, find one who's bigger, like point and trophy rating wise, if he's over 155.1, then I will replace this mount with whatever Mouflon that is. This is the Besit Ibex. I love these guys. They're really nice. I have not been able to hunt all of the different species of Ibex yet, but he's 192.9 and minimum diamond score on a Besit Ibex is 207.4. So we wasn't too far off. You know, good 15 points, but I mean, he was big, big guy, big level 4. Which all these level 4s, I mean, yeah, they're big golds, but they just still look so massive. They do. They look great. This is that albino bison from the one video, the albino bison video. Get a little red on him. He's so pretty. I love this guy. 177.9 is his score, and he's a plains bison. 203.0 is minimum diamond, and 136.0 is minimum gold. So he was well past minimum gold. A few points off from being minimum diamond. Good in between. Good decent big gold there. And this guy, I love the true rack system for the deer. Just, you know, that one just way out there. This is great. This is so great, you know. Alright, the black-tailed deer, 205.3 is minimum diamond, and 136.9 is minimum gold. Another good in-between size there. And I think I have a couple saved harvests. Blacktails, yeah, they're not anywhere as big. I think I'm gonna put them on the wall whenever I can afford to taxidermize. When I can afford to taxidermize them. English. Do I speak it? No, not today. Apparently. I'm out of money because I already had this guy mounted or taxidermized. I just didn't have a spot for him. I just mounted roe deer. And I mounted these two rabbits and the two ducks there. So that's kind of why I'm out of money now, and we have got to go hunting. But yeah, this is it's sad that I lost. Like, I'm really disappointed about the lion. But to be honest with you, like, my favorite thing about this whole lodge before, even though it was nowhere near full, and this is like the only one that I have because I tend to just hunt on my maps and try to pick out the biggest ones that I find, and I tend to like try to decide, like, the buffalo there was like kind of planned, and the lion being there was planned, and I really loved the puma. I'm most upset about the puma and the blacktail and my goose fighting with the fox. You know, it looked like the fox was gonna jump over, and the goose was like, "Oh, hell no!" So, you know, I'm really upset about that. And not to mention the weapon stands. Oh my gosh, these things are tedious. These things are more tedious than the animal mounts. But, you know, we do have good selection of weapons now, so really good selection of weapons now, so, you know, it'll be kind of diverse. A lot more diverse than it was before. So I guess, you know, just having this clean slate is actually somewhat of a blessing in disguise, but I'm really upset about all the nice trophies that I lost, and I'm really upset about only being level 27, and now I gotta start from back here and work my way up and all that. But, you know, it'll be a fun adventure. Another thing that I wanted to talk about real quick before I end this, let's just go to Leighton Lake, because I just want to kind of prove my thing, or kind of not prove my point, but I mean, I guess it is somewhat proving my point, but the whole point of coming back here, what I wanted to say really was weapons now are a lot more diverse in terms of, or not a lot more diverse, I should say, better well-rounded, I should say. Because, for example, back in the day before Update 2.0, there was no way that anyone could take down, let's say a red deer with a 243. It just wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't even possible. Now it's within that class. Hell, you can shoot an elk with a 243 now. And wolf, although I wouldn't advise it. But if you're going after animals like that, if you are like sniper and all that stuff and you can just make hard shots every time, definitely use polymer tip. But if, with how they've taken away quick kill and all this stuff, they've made it more realistic in a sense too, to where a lot of people just use soft points because, yeah, penetration is good. But if you can get into the first lung and make a big hole, I mean, you don't always have to get to the heart. They're still going to drop within 30, 40 yards most of the time. And that's just real world realistic hunting. So they've made it, they've made weapons better, well-rounded, and you can go after a whole lot more things. And not only that, you can challenge yourself a lot better now and kind of stylize hunting. So for, example, if you want to do that old-timey thing where you just try to go after all the different species that are within, a 243's range, which is also, let me go back to ammo because this was better. Which is also within a 30-30's range. They're in the same range, like quite literally, the same classes. Penetration is a little weaker than the soft points, basically, or hollow point. They basically are like the 30-30 versions of a soft point, I guess. But a hollow point expands. Expands really good. It's got decent penetration. I mean, 17 isn't bad. It really isn't, especially against, level 4 creatures. It does penetrate deep. Yeah, going up to level 5 and level 6, that's where you're really going to run into some problems. But at the same time, with wolves, for example, or anything within level 5, with the wolves especially, if you can get the jump on them, meaning, you can shoot without them seeing you and make a decent side lung shot, it's not going to take a whole lot of time for them to come down. It really won't. I bet you'd find a little bit more problems with going after the red deer, but that's kind of cool though, because now, they've made it to where you can take 2 shots. So you can kind of do it like old-timey ways and challenge yourself to do different stuff or different stylized versions of hunting. Right now in my inventory, I got a few different things. Let's see, I'm running with the cap lock, the Greckling rifle, and the bow, just because that kind of covers pretty much everything. When I run all my weapon classes, I normally, and I'm gonna do things a little different because I kind of want to do some stylized videos. Like I want to do another deer with the daisy, and just do a whole archery series, and just do a whole cap lock series and stuff like that. But I was just running around hunting. But I mean, this loadout alone covers every single animal. I mean, I got my round ball, and that's 37. That's 5 to 9. That's the 9.3 by 74. That's out of the Greckling rifle. And then you got your 16 gauge birdshot, little rabbits and ducks and stuff. And then buckshot, if I came across a fox, because I was just hunting on quadricolinas. If I came across a fox, I can take it out with that. And not only that, I mean, that kind of goes for coyote, side striped jackal as well. and musketeer. So you can, that 16 gauge or buckshot, that goes for musketeer. You got like your 16 gauge slugs and stuff like that too, where it goes all the way from level 4 to level 7. So you can take anything from wild boar all the way up to bear. You know, black bear and brown bear. I'm not sure if grizzlies fall under level 7. Let's see on this animal chart here. Pull it back up real quick. Yeah, grizzly bear. All the bear fall under level 7. That's the only thing on levels on animal class 7 is black bear, Eurasian brown bear, and grizzly bear. So there you go. You know, that covers all my species. And one thing I'm also upset about not having my memory is I had the shotgun scope, like not the Greckling scope. I've always had the Greckling scope because I bought the DLC, but I actually had the in-game shotgun scope, and I had just unlocked it and just started using it, and I fell in love with it because I could put it on my 20 gauges. Because honestly, that's my favorite shotgun to hunt with is the 20 gauge slugs. I had a 20 gauge growing up as a kid, and I used to hunt deer with it and hog with it. And I tell you what, people talk crap about 20 gauge slugs, but I never had a deer run more than 30 yards. Most of them dropped within 10. I mean, it's a big slug coming out of there, and the Hornadies were always amazing. They were deadly. I mean, just absolute deadly. So, you know, that's one thing I love about the 20 gauge is getting on here and using slugs and being able to hunt, you know, reliably anything from, you know, boar on up to the bear. I just think that's so cool. And I mean, you can really cover everything down from the rabbits and the ducks, you know, with the steel. And then you got the buckshot, which, I mean, I guess it. Let's look at the buckshot. I don't think I have any. No, I don't. Shotgun ammo. And I hear a deer. Buckshot. You can go from 2 to 4. So yeah, you can take stuff like coyotes and then go on up to roe deer, and even take the deer out with it. Which I used to use buckshot, but that's mainly when we used to run dogs down in South Alabama, and this was years and years ago. But other than that, I use slugs. And the cool thing about slugs, even in the game, is, I mean, with that shotgun scope, even the Greckling scope, you got 100, 160, 120 yard shot. You can make those all day long. And then that rifle round gives you an extra bit of power, an extra bit of distance. Which, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the slugs go up to 4 to 7. I really want to get the Cacciatore 12 gauge again, because I loved hunting with the 12 gauge slugs. They're really good, and I'm glad that we got the 10 gauge now, because we can actually use, you know, pretty much all the shotgun, except no, they don't have the 410 as, you know, just a pistol round, which is bird shot. Which, funnily enough, before update 2.0, I was hunting musk deer with that, and it was killing them, and it was ethical for them. It was insane. But now we just get 410 birdshot. But you know what I think would be really, really cool? A 410 single shot shotgun with buckshot and slugs. So you know the birdshots in class 2, the buckshots in class the birdshots in class 1, the buckshots in class, 2 and 3, and then the slugs go for 3 and 4. Because it is a small little bitty round. And I guess, you could take a couple animals in class 5, like the wolves and stuff, but that is a little small. But I think, a 410 slug gun, or just a 410, bigger full-size shotgun, even uh, it would actually be really cool, like a 410 pump. That'd be just so cool. I would love to hunt, what is it? Fallow deer and whitetail and axis deer and roe deer, all of them. I would love to hunt them with a 410 slug, even up to boar. You know, I'd like to see it take down a 300-pound boar. I think that'd be cool. That'd be awesome. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Really, is arrows and or just ammos and weapons now. They can cover a wider variety of stuff, and I need to start doing some more handgun hunting. But they can cover a wider variety of stuff now. Where the starting rifle, you know, if you're brand new to the game, that starting 243 is really going to cover a wide variety of animals now. Whereas before, you couldn't take them with it. Like before, at the very start, if you just started the game, you really couldn't hunt elk, and you really couldn't hunt moose, and you really couldn't hunt. I mean, you could take a black bear, but not with the 243. You had to do it with the 12 gauge that it gives you. I mean, depending on when you start. Now it'll give you a 12 gauge at the very beginning of the game. It's an over and under double barrel. It's pretty nice, but you know, at the very start, if you're a beginning hunter, you couldn't before even have a chance to take elk and stuff like that. Where now is you can, so that's pretty cool. I do like that, and I am looking forward to doing some more stylized, specialized hunting with certain weapons. Like I really want to take an elk now with 30-30. I just think the thought of doing that is just hilarious, and it's just amazing that we can do it. Cause it, you know, like old timey stuff. You know, the cowboys used to hunt elk and big mule deer and stuff like that with 30-30s back in the day. So that'd be cool. You know, what would be really cool? An old 45 caliber lever action rifle. That would be amazing. Would be really cool. And I also got to work to unlock this 4570, but you know, its weapons are so expensive and everything. But yeah, I guess that's the video. So I guess we can clean slate with the lodge. And weapons now are just so much more versatile than they used to be. I mean, so much more versatile now. And you can hunt moose with a 270. You used to not be able to do that. That's pretty spectacular in my opinion. It's pretty great. I love how they've done that. I mean, you can even do it with 30-06. That's just great. I love that. Thank you, Expansive Worlds, for doing this. This is amazing. Anyway, that's all I had for it. Look for another hunting video. I'm gonna probably sit down and record another one here in just a little bit. And y'all take it easy. I have been Mika. This has been Mika's Room. Y'all have a good one.